Dear student, in the previous video you were given with the answers of this question number 5. Answer the following in detail. Up to number D of that question number 5 was already discussed. Now in this video we will discuss the remaining part of the answers. I request all of you, please try to open your book and see the page number 11 for knowing the questions of this one. You may refer to your book, all of you. Okay, so you can see that the E number question is given, differentiate between the following. So you need to write the difference of the given things. What are those things that you can see? The first question is differentiate between small scale and large scale map. I have written out this model answer in this way. All of you may please try to follow this one, or otherwise you can write from your own mind also. If you think that is good enough or correct enough, then you are always given the freedom of writing for yourself. Okay, so never hesitate to write the answers from your own mind. That I like the best. So that is why always try to give your personal touch to your answers. Okay, now I am reading out the answers. Pay attention and try to listen it carefully, because the writings may not be visible to you properly, so it is better that you should concentrate and listen the answers. Okay, I am reading out the answers, please listen. So the first, the difference between small scale and large scale maps. So I have written, the map of a large extended area with less detailed information is called a small scale map. Examples of these maps are wall maps of world, continent, countries and states, atlas map, etc. Whereas in the second paragraph I have written, whereas the map of a small area with every detailed information is called a large scale map. Examples of these maps are topographical maps, revenue maps or cadastral map, etc. Okay, so I think all of you know cadastral map means that are the revenue map. The same thing, those things are kept in the land revenue collection office, that is your tahsil office. Generally you can call those things. Okay, now look at this second question, topographical and thematic map. So you can see the topographical and thematic map. What is the difference? I have written here, please see here carefully. Topographical map is a large scale map. It shows every details of both natural as well as cultural features of an area. So you can understand natural features means your hills, rivers, valleys, plateau, everything, and cultural features means your road, buildings, everything. All these are whatever man-made things are called the cultural features. Okay, now after that one you can see in the next paragraph I have written, but on the other hand, thematic map is a map of a particular theme or topic. So you can see this theme means nothing but a topic. So it shows information of only that topic for which the map is prepared. For example, a rainfall map of India will show only the areas where the rainfall occurs. Similarly, a temperature map will show only the various temperature on different places. So beside that given topic, it will not show any other thing. So like that way you can try to understand and try to write it briefly and comprehensively. Okay, so now look at the next one, third question. You can see verbal scale and linear scale. You can see I have written here the scale of a map which is shown in the form of a statement is called a verbal scale. Okay, in this is called a verbal scale. For example, 2 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. Anyone can use it easily because it is easy to understand and it is easy to use, because it is already written in the form of a statement or a sentence. So anyone can do that one. Okay, next, on this, in the next paragraph I have written, contrary to this, contrary, contrary means on the opposite hand or opposite to this one. Okay, contrary to this, the scale shown in the form of a graduated line. So you have written, you can see graduated line means the line given with number divided with different numbers, lines that are divided segmented, different segments. Okay, they are all called graduated line. Okay, so I am reading once again. Contrary to this, the scale shown in the form of a graduated line is called as graphical or linear scale. It requires learning to use the scale. It requires a training also. It requires an understanding, means you have to be educated in order to use this scale. So it cannot be used by every common people. Okay, you can write this much. Also, if you think that you want to modify the answer, you are always welcome and you can write. We can see the next question is number F question. What are cardinal and intermediate directions? Okay, now you can see the F number answer here. I have written, you please listen carefully. The four major direction VIZ means that is Videlicet. You can read or you can write VIZ. So also you can mean that they are. So the four major direction, they are the east, west, north and south are called the cardinal direction. But the direction found between every set of two cardinal directions are called as the intermediate direction. So please listen carefully the second sentence. But the directions found between every set of two cardinal directions are called as the intermediate direction. So look at there. The examples of intermediate directions are northeast or NE. I have written in the bracket. Okay, you can see northeast or NE. You see here northeast or NE direction between the north and the east direction. Between the north and the east direction. Okay. Then I have given a comma and written southeast or SC direction. You can see southeast or SC direction. Here it is written southeast or SC direction between the south and the east direction, etc. Similarly, you can adapt some, if you want, you can adapt some extra also. Between the south and the west, you will find the SW or southwest direction. Okay, similarly between the north and west, you will see that NW direction also. They are all called the intermediary direction. I have given the example of two. You can adapt and you can write some extra also, there is no harm. Okay, now look at the G number. Discuss direction as a component of map. Means how far is the direction important for a map? Without direction, can a map be useful or not? That is, you have to explain here. Okay, now I have written out the answer in this way. All of you please try to see it. So direction plays very important role in preparation and study of maps. Without direction, places and objects in the map cannot be located. Therefore, direction is considered to be an essential component of the map. Essential component, integral component, indispensable component, like that also word you can use, and without which the other things cannot be shown. Okay, I think all of you understood all this one. Any disturbance or anything is there, sorry for those things. So I hope all of you understood. Please try to write it in your notebook and learn them. Thank you.